From the fiery depths of Marvel's darkest corners comes Vengeance. He's just like Ghost Rider, but buff and totally badass. Once a human detective, now a demonic spirit of justice, Vengeance's story is filled with revenge, vengeance, and revengeance. But who is Vengeance, and what sets him apart from the Ghost Rider we all know and love? Let's dive into his hellish origins and explore his complex legacy in the Marvel Universe. Vengeance first blazed onto the scene in Ghost Rider Volume 3, number 21 in 1992. Created by Howard Mackie and Ron Wagner. Before his transformation, he was Michael Battolino, an NYPD detective with a personal vendetta against Ghost Rider. Michael's hatred for Ghost Rider was born from a deep trauma involving his father, Lieutenant Frank Battolino. Frank Battolino's encounter with Zarathos, the demon bonded to Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider, left him mentally shattered. Frank's growing paranoia and instability led to a tragic chain of events. He murdered his entire family except for Michael, and then took his own life. Consumed by rage and blaming Ghost Rider for his family's downfall, Michael swore revengeance. Michael's thirst for revenge led him to a dark bargain with Mephisto, who granted him the power of vengeance, a creature born of hellfire, with supernatural strength, a mystical chain, and an insatiable drive for justice and retribution. Initially, Vengeance was an enemy of Ghost Rider, but his complex motivations and sense of justice soon revealed him to be more than just a villain. Initially, Vengeance was driven purely by hatred for Ghost Rider, leading to several violent confrontations where his raw power was fully unleashed. In these early encounters, Vengeance proved himself to be a formidable match for Ghost Rider, even overpowering him at times. However, as the Midnight Suns Unlimited storyline progressed, Vengeance began to question his own motivations. He started to realize that his hatred for Ghost Rider was more complicated than he had thought, and he began to evolve from a one-dimensional antagonist into a more nuanced anti-hero. In later arcs such as Ghost Rider, Blaze, Spirits of Vengeance, and Marvel Comics Presents, Vengeance teamed up with Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider to battle common enemies, including Lilith, the Mother of Demons, and other supernatural threats. These storylines showcased his growing sense of justice and moral complexity, even as he struggled with the darker aspects of his own soul and the violent nature of his powers. Notable powers and abilities. Like Ghost Rider, Vengeance is indeed powered by hellfire, a mystical flame that can burn not just the flesh, but the very souls of the wicked. His abilities include superhuman strength and durability. Vengeance is incredibly strong and durable, able to match Ghost Rider blow for blow in their encounters, and withstand immense physical damage without much harm. Hellfire manipulation. Vengeance can project hellfire from his eyes, mouth, and hands, which can burn both physical objects and spiritual entities from the inside out. His hellfire attacks are similar in nature to Ghost Rider's, but have their own unique intensity and visual style. Mystical chains. He wields an enchanted chain that can extend in length, change shape, and be set ablaze with hellfire. This chain is similar to Ghost Rider's and can be used as a versatile weapon in combat, striking at a distance or binding enemies. Transformation. When transformed into his Vengeance form, Michael Battolino becomes much larger and covered in distinctive spiked armor, giving him a monstrous and menacing appearance. His skull is more pronounced, with a twisted, more demonic look, reflecting his darker origins and the rage that fuels him. These abilities make Vengeance a formidable force, whether he's fighting as an ally to the supernatural heroes or as an adversary with his own agenda. Notable story arcs. Vengeance has been part of some major Marvel supernatural storylines. One of his most significant appearances is in the Midnight Suns crossover event, where he joins forces with supernatural heroes like Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, Blade, and others to combat Lilith, the Mother of Demons, and her demonic offspring. This storyline solidifies his role as a key player in Marvel's darker supernatural narratives, aligning him with other anti-heroes and monsters to prevent a greater evil. Another notable storyline is Ghost Rider Road to Vengeance, The Missing Link, where Vengeance and Ghost Rider are forced to set aside their differences to unite against a common enemy, the villain known as Zarathos, who threatens both of their existences. This arc complicates the rivalry-turned partnership, showing how Vengeance walks a fine line between heroism and revenge, making his actions unpredictable and morally ambiguous. Media appearances. Vengeance hasn't yet made his way to the big or small screen, but he has appeared in several comic book series and merchandise. He's featured in Marvel Comics Presents and various Ghost Rider storylines, and he's been included in some video games, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, where his character was available as a downloadable skin for Ghost Rider. While he hasn't had a major role in other media, fans are eagerly awaiting his potential debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially with the recent revival of darker supernatural content in shows like Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night. With Marvel exploring its more mystical and horror-themed properties, Vengeance can soon find his place in the spotlight. History of Vengeance action figures. Vengeance might not be as well known as Ghost Rider, but he's had his fair share of action figures. The first Vengeance action figure was released in 1995 by Toy Biz as part of their Ghost Rider line. This figure featured a detailed sculpt complete with his signature spikes, chains, and menacing skull helmet. In 2006, Hasbro released a Marvel Legends version of Vengeance in the Riders series, which included a motorcycle accessory. This version remains popular among collectors due to its posability and faithful design. Vengeance isn't just another rider in the shadows. He's a character with a rich, dark backstory and a powerful moral code, always balancing on the edge between justice and vengeance. With rumors of more supernatural elements coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we might just see him blaze onto our screens sooner rather than later. What do you think? Is Vengeance a hero or a force of chaos? If you enjoyed this deep dive into Vengeance, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into Marvel's most fascinating characters. Which other Marvel anti-hero would you like us to cover next? Let us know below.